Hi, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. My name's FM Jellico, and you're watching episode 18 of the Dafuge Challenge with Enfield Town FC. Well, when it rains, it pours. Luke Benbow, out for 6 to 7 weeks with a lower back stress fracture. This happened on the 8th of January. Keep waiting for the other shoe to fall and have Lucas Green Birch go out with, left leg fell off or something like that. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm optimistic that this is coming to an end, but it's just... Rawson went out with the same injury. After our draw at Margate, we went to White Hawk, and we won 5-2. Lucas Green Birch with a hat trick, Benbow with a 72nd minute goal, Mon Lewis with an 80th minute goal. Fundy had a brace for White Hawk, but this was a game that was never really in doubt. Even though they had more shots than us, they were wildly off target. And we spent the better part of the game in their half of the pitch. 12 shots, 9 on target. A solid win for us. After that was Basingstoke Town at home. Smaller crowd. We had a clean sheet. Wasn't the best game in the world. We had 9 shots, 2 on target. Basingstoke had 5 shots, 1 on target. This was just a really boring game. There weren't a lot of highlights. It went by really quick. You know, the 3-4-1-2 is doing us well while my strikers are out. Odom had the goal for us, and that's all we needed to win. We were supposed to play Havant and Waterlooville today, but the game's been postponed because of a waterlogged field. I don't know that I've ever encountered this before. If I have, it obviously didn't make an impression on me. We've tried to bring in a bunch of players on trial, and they've usually rejected us. The players that I have brought in on trial haven't been any better than the ones I already have here, and I'm up against the wage budget. I'm over, and I don't know that I could sign anyone else to a Montelmore or a Dauber-like contract, even if they were that good. I suspect the board would reject it outright. At one point in time, I had an offer on the table to loan in this keeper from Orient. He came up on the loan list. He looks really good, just from what I can see here. You know, the kicking, the concentration, the rushing out. Yeah, the positioning's not too great. You know, bring him in on loan, switch him on rotation with Dauber, and he rejected us. The other thing that's been annoying as heck is Morrison has been transferred at least twice. And each time he has rejected the contract from the team he went to. So he's come back to us. Kane Lewis did the same thing, went out on a free transfer, rejected the contract, came back. I went to both Morrison and Lewis and essentially said, look, you're not going to get any more first team playing time here. You know, let's mutually terminate your contract. And they didn't want to. They're essentially sitting here making free money, and who can blame them? So today, we're taking on Tranmere in the FA Trophy second round game. I will set our starting 11, and we will get back to that in a minute. We are playing at Tranmere today. They're playing a 4-1-1 with Saltmer in goal, Buxton, Hollis, Piggott, Metcalf as the defensive back four, Kretschmer, Chisholm, Norburn, and Porter as the midfield four, McIntosh as the shadow striker, and Waring as their striker. We are playing our 3-4-3 with Dauber in goal, Lyons Foster, Wakely, and Lomas as the defensive back three, Greeny, Ray, Dawson, and Odom as the midfield four, Rawson, Ashton, and Green Birch as the strikers. Tranmere has O'Rourke, Higham, Akinjogban, Jennings, and Summerfield on the bench. We have Smith, Upton, Clayton, DaCosta, and Mon Lewis on our bench. Still haven't been able to get the team to go all green. Well, opening kickoff started, and it ends. So Rawson is only good for about 75 minutes. The plan is to pull him out at 60, move Ashton over to where he is, and then bring Smith on as the midfielder, playing the 3-4-3, or the 3-4-1-2. So that's stood us well the past few games. But, you know, as I'm fond of saying, Custer had a plan too. We'll see what happens. Lions Foster back to Dauber, who launches it forward into the crowd. Ashton passes it on to Rawson, who loses it. Hollis has it for Tranmere, up to Porter, to Waring. Oh, Dawson dispossesses him. Rawson over to Greenbirch, up to Ashton. Nice goal. Very nice. That's last year's Ashton right there. It's a very nice takeaway by Dawson to set this all up. Four minutes in. Dawson launches it out, but it goes right to a Tranmere player. Porter has it. He loses it, but it goes to McIntosh. Waring. What the hell happened there? It looked like it went right through Dauber. Porter has it for Tranmere, up to McIntosh, to Waring. Dauber didn't even really try. Greenbirch to Odom. The Lions Foster. Very nice. It was a set-piece goal. We haven't had a lot of those. Yeah, Odom kicked in. It caromed off a Tranmere player right to Lions Foster. You got to take those shots when you get them. Fairly even game so far. They've only had one more shot than us. Now Rawson's down to 73%. We may just take him off at the half. Yeah, we're going to take Rawson off at the half here. So Ashton's going to replace Rawson. And then Smith is going to come on as the advanced playmaker on attack. Tranmere on the kickoff. Buxton has it, launches it forward. But highlight ends. Dawson with the throw-in to Smith. Oh, dispossessed. McIntosh has it for Tranmere. To Waring. That was a laser of a shot. Dauber didn't look like he even moved. Almost did what he was supposed to do. But it's annoying as heck. Waring again, over to McIntosh. Back out to Waring. To Buxton. To McIntosh. Oh, thought he had another one there, but it was just wide. Tom Ashton's got a bruised knee. And Lucas Greenbirch just got injured too. I'm going to have to get fancy here. Okay. So a 4-4-1-1. With Lions Foster on the left, Wakely, Lomas, and Dawson on the right, Greeny, Ray, Upton, Odom in the center, DeCosta is the attacking midfielder, and Smith is the poacher. This is going to totally blow. Potential foot injury. And I agreed to extra time for this. I pushed for extra time for this. I didn't want to play second game in case of a tie. Norburn to Dawson, but he gives it right back to Chisholm. Jennings has it. Long shot, high and left. Got a lot of tired players out there, but Dawson just got... Odom just got injured. Unreal. And it all comes crashing down. Go to the counter. 96 minutes. 2-2 tie. I thought I pushed for extra time on this. Yeah, I did. Extra time kickoff. Upton got booked as well. Potential lower leg injury. Well, I am just gobsmacked by the turn of events here. Norburn for Tranmere, Buxton to Akinjoin. I can't pronounce his name. Akinjogbe, something like that. To Akin. That's what we're going to say. Come on, guys. You're doing yeoman's work here. Can we get to penalty kicks? If we make it to penalty kicks, it'll be a miracle. Costa with the steal. Oh, high and left. It was a good chance. That would have been brilliant if he'd hit it. Dawson with the throw in to Upton, to Dawson, to Ray, into DaCosta. He loses it, but Dawson's right there. Over to Greeny, and it's out of bounds. Greeny couldn't control it. Goal kick for Tranmere. Oh. It doesn't go to penalty kicks? I gotta play him again? Oh, man. Let's see what happens here. Lucas Greenberg out 5 to 6 weeks. Now Odom's only out 6 to 9 days. Tom Ashton, 1 to 2 days. Havant and Waterlooville got rescheduled because we're playing Tranmere again. Moore begins his rehab phase. He'll be back in 5 weeks. Okay. Well, I'm going to take a break here for a minute before I come back. We'll gather our thoughts and start planning ahead. Back in a bit. 5 strikers on the injury report. Ashton's only bruised. Rawson, Moore, Greenberg, and Benbow. All out for at least a month. Well, except Rawson. He'll be back in a day, but still. That really, really hurts us. And here's the kicker. We've seen a 30% decrease in injuries so far. Man. The good news is we're far enough ahead of Bath City and Braintree and St. Albans and Dartford and Wealdstone that it'll take a collapse for us, I think, to fall out of first place. But if we get any more injuries like this, it'll definitely happen. Anyhow, I am still searching for a couple loan players to bring in or a decent player who can come in on non-contract. The good news, if you can call a player leaving good news, is that Lewis Morrison has left. He went on a free to Dartford. They finally gave him a contract he was happy with. I think that's the 3rd team he's gone to on a free transfer, and it's the first one he stayed at. So anyhow, I've got a little more searching to do. We will be back in a minute. This is our second match against Tranmere, and we are playing our 3-4-3. Dauber in goal, Lyons Foster, Wakely, and Lomas as the defensive back 3, Greeny, Ray, Dawson, and Monlewis as the midfield 4, Ashton, Smith, and Rawson as the strikers. On our bench we have Shelby, Upton, Clayton, Costa, and Joseph.
Tranmere is again playing a 4-4-1-1 with Saltner goal, Buxton, Feeney, Pickett, Metcalf as the defensive back four, Lewis, Chisholm, Norburn, and Greenwood as the midfield four, McIntosh as the advanced midfielder, and Waring as their striker. On their bench, they have Davies, Higham, Akinjogman, Norwood, and Kretschmar. I'm going to pause it here just for a minute to show you Shelby. He is a young keeper on loan from Nottingham Forest. 2.5-star current, 4-star potential. I think I'm going to start rotating him with Dauber, and Fryatt's going to be the odd man out. At one point in time, there were a couple teams after Fryatt, but having checked them recently, that hasn't happened. There were a couple teams chasing after Fryatt, but when I checked recently, those went away. Comparing him to Dauber, he's not as eccentric. He's better mentally and speed-wise. His physicals aren't there yet. Shot stopping's not as good, neither is his distribution or his aerial. But at the same time, he's also 7 years younger. His contract ends at the end of this year. If I can sign him, I will, especially if I can get him for a lot less than I am paying Dauber. The other thing I like about him is his determination is 13. He's a decent leader. He's got okay pace, good agility, and he's solid with the exception of first touch and throwing. He's a good lower league keeper, and I need a good lower league keeper who doesn't cost me £600 a month. So I had a line on a couple of other keepers on loan, but they all went to bigger clubs. And the annoying thing is that Nottingham Forest is a League One team. They're currently top of League One. And I had other League One and even some League Two teams who would put keepers and strikers on loan, and I would say, hey, I want to bring this person on loan, and they'd be, oh, we want him to play with a better quality of player. And it's like, I'm first in the Vanarama South. Yeah, we're lower league football, but we're a good team. And in looking at your player, he's not that much better than players I have starting for me, which means either I am ahead of the curve when it comes to my scouting ability, which is highly, highly doubtful, or FM is just being FM and is acting totally weird. I tend to believe the latter. Heck, I got 5 strikers out injured. Of course I believe the latter. So let's get back to the match here. Well, not as exciting this game so far. 10 minutes down, Tranmere's had a shot, but it's been off target. Their players seem to be a bit more tired than ours are. 24 minutes in, we finally get a highlight. Salter bombs it forward. Lyons Foster kicks it back up, but Metcalf has it for Tranmere. Back out to Greenwood on the right. Crosses it in, and Waring skies it high. Well, Dawson just picked up another yellow. Tranmere's had more shots, but they haven't been able to do much with them. And Wakely's looking exhausted. That's to be expected. Bring on Upton for Wakely. Lyons Foster has it. Now tries passing a long pass so Ashton can break through, but Ashton was too slow. 50 minutes. Well, this game's going by a lot quicker than the last one, that's for sure. Lewis with the kick from outside. Lomas bombs it away. Good job there, son. Norburn chasing it down for Tranmere. Up to Buxton. To Chisholm. To McIntosh. To Waring. To Greenwood. Lomas kicks it back out again, but it goes right to Buxton. Lewis. No, Lomas kicks it out again. Rawson has it. To Smith. Up to Ashton. Goal. Yes. 1-0. 60 minutes in. Oh, that was nice. Dawson kicks it away up to Rawson, who centers it to Smith, who boots it forward to Ashton, who just one-foots it into the goal. You know, we're going to get Dawson off. Bring in DaCosta to replace him. Greeny with a throw-in to Ray. Back to Greeny, who boots it forward, kind of in Ashton's direction, but the kick went too far again. Piggott has it. Saltmer booms it forward for Tranmere to Waring, but Lomas has it. Waring misplayed it. Ashton. That wasn't a foul? Looked like, well, I can't say it looked like a foul. It's 2D for crying out loud. But yeah, Ashton was running, and then he came to a stop. There was a Tranmere player right on top of him. Greenwood all alone on the right. Oh, Tranmere ties it. Let's see what happened here. Waring has it. Greenwood has it. Lewis has it. Bounces back, but Waring gets it on the rebound. Rawson to DaCosta. To Ashton, who breaks through. Oh, and he skies it high. 70 minutes. Well, we're definitely giving a good accounting of ourselves. We're not performing all that well, but we're hanging in there. Lomas has it. Back to Dauber. Into the crowd. Now Ray can't control it. Goes to McIntosh. He's on the right. To Waring. Dauber has it. Breaks it. Dauber has it. Blocks it. Goes right back to Waring. Who puts it past Dauber? 2-1 up. 15 minutes to go. Unreal. You know what? I think we're going to try and go to the overload. DaCosta with the throw into Ray. He gives it away. Up to Waring for Tranmere. Up ahead to McIntosh, all alone. Dauber with a block. This is one a game, it seems. I think the woodwork has more saves than Dauber does sometimes. Ray with a kick out to Monlewis. Sends it up to Ashton, who holds it up and he goes to kick it, but he miskicks it and goes out of bounds. 5 minutes left. Tranmere with a corner kick in. And that's the game. Norbert heads it past Dauber. Four minutes at a time. Lewis with the kick above the goal, and that is the game. Tranmere just completely bossed us this game. 16 shots, 9 on target. We had 8 shots, 1 on target. Ashton had a pretty stellar game. Lyons Foster did not have a great game, but we had a club win streak going on as well. We haven't lost a game. We haven't lost a Vanarama National League game this season. Our losses have been in the FA Cup and the FA Trophy now, I believe. And we got Maidenhead coming up in 3 days. You know, we're going to do a home and away again with Western Supermare and Concord Rangers. Western Supermare is currently sitting 16th, but Concord Rangers are in 7th and challenging for a playoff spot. So that should be a good couple of games for us. Well, it is safe to say I did not foresee where we are now. I expected to be challenging for a playoff spot, not to be top of the league. I also expected to have most of my offense healthy. Instead, I've got 4 strikers out for the next 2 to 3 weeks, minimum. Our one saving grace is that the majority of the teams we have coming up over the next month to 6 weeks are all mid or lower table, with a couple of exceptions, Concord Rangers being one of them. It's not until the end of March, beginning of April, that we start getting back to teams that are top of the league and fighting for playoff positions.
if we manage not to lose any games, we should be okay. We're far enough ahead on points. I think we'll be fine. I really don't want to drop out of first place and end up in a playoff. It would just be frustrating as heck to bottle the season like that. We've done really well. We haven't had a lot of injuries. Our only injuries have been these major ones. It's the other thing that's annoying about this all. So at some point in time, I do expect us to lose a game. With the injuries we have and the schedule we have, it's inevitable. The question is, can we avoid more than a couple? Because I think we can only afford to lose 3 or 4 games tops. If Bath City or St. Albans get on a roll while we're staying in place, our job's going to be that much tougher. And frankly, after these 2 games at Tranmere today, I'm not sure how many more games like that I could take. If you like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more FM content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as best as I can. My name is FM Jellico, and I thank you for watching.